I'm Roger Southgate. I'm the immediate past president of the Isaca chapter here in London, and I'm also the leader of the COVID development group here.
And I'm Ron Hale. I'm the Director of Security Practices for Isaca, an association of 90,000 members around the world representing information security, information systems audit, IT governance, risk management, compliance professionals. Roger, we're here in London, and I know that you've given a presentation about the system model, the business model for information security. Perhaps you can say something from your perspective as a Londoner, European, and a practitioner. What do you think the value of the model is?
I think it's a huge step forward. I know from past experience that whenever you discuss with business management and senior management, the moment you add security or systems or technology in any form on the end of the word information, their eyes glaze over and they're turned off. The model provides a wonderful overview of the holistic approach that is necessary within any organisation to actually manage security properly as an integral part of operational risk and their risk management activity. And certainly allied with the risk IT framework we're developing, these are two huge leap forwards, both for Isaca and for all of our potential users around the world.
Yeah. Now, Roger, you mentioned the risk IT framework, but we have other frameworks, the VAL IT, which talks about the value in IT systems, and COBIT is really talking about the processes in IT management to make sure that things work effectively and efficiently. The model really takes advantage of those things as well, wouldn't you think?
Oh, absolutely. That's the great thing, is they all complement each other. And we're so excited, certainly by the second edition of VAL IT, that here in the UK we have launched a value management forum, and we're actually beginning to attract in people from the business and people who are not traditional Isaca members. And we've had a couple of meetings so far, and the membership is growing at quite a rapid rate, and so we're very excited about that as well.
Yeah. So what do you think, that Isaca does these things, that it's a value? What are we contributing to the trust and value people get from information systems? What's the advantage of being a member of an association and using our frameworks?
Well, I think it's twofold. Number one, if you are in a medium or small company and you're the sole practitioner or professional in this area, you have got a peer group that are available locally, and with our chapter organisation, you have connections. You're connected locally and you can be interconnected globally. The other thing is that once you've been in Isaca for a while, and you've been around and to the conferences and attended meetings and look at the material, you're dealing with good, robust standards, documents and whatever, because it's your peer group that are developing. These are the practitioners. This is based on what's out there and what really works. It's not theory. And I think it's really exciting. I really enjoy getting involved in the development of these new documents and the processes.
Yeah, I think that one of the challenges as people look at the vulnerabilities and the risks and the compromises that have happened is that they're really looking for practical guidance on how to do things. And I think that Isaca, through the research that we do, the frameworks we create, the certifications we provide, are really an aid to society to help them, provide that trust and value in information systems. That's what really businesses need to be able to use this technology to provide services, to do transactions in a safe and secure manner.
I couldn't agree more, Ron. I mean, and you've only just got to look at the explosive growth in our membership over the last 5 or 6 years, and certainly the huge acceleration in take-up in CISM in particular, which is a very important qualification for a security practitioner in the modern world, in the interconnected, interdependent, outsourced business in the cloud that may be virtual as well. You've also got the guys who are equipped to actually be able to talk in the boardroom and talk to senior management on business terms. And as we've said already, the business model absolutely complements that.
Right. And I've heard, and I know in your consulting you probably heard the same thing, that one of the big failures in information security isn't that we don't have the technologies. You just saw in the show that we were here today in the last couple of days that there's a lot of great technology, but the problem is that the business people, the executives, don't understand security or what it's supposed to provide. They're paying a great deal for it. The security people don't necessarily know how to talk to the business. How do we solve that problem?
Well, we're providing all the bridges. It's as simple as that. We have, with our frameworks and with our models, they are all basically focused on connecting business to the underlying IT technical professionals.
Yeah. So I guess you can say then that, without connecting the business to IT and the security that is the link between those two things, that it's really hard for a business to get that value, to meet its objectives, to create an environment that's trustable and usable.
Absolutely, and certainly in the real-time world, without those interconnections and people understanding the process and getting the processes working properly, organizations will be moving forward hamstrung, and their competitors will leapfrog them.
Yeah, and I guess that's why, while we mentioned security, that the IT auditor is still an essential part in this process, because if you're looking for the assurance, you're creating the policies and procedures and all those to provide for secure transmissions and storage and use of information systems, but it's really the IT auditor that provides that level of assurance that things are actually working as expected.
Oh, absolutely, and obviously that was the main thrust of the upgrade from COBIT 4 to 4.1 was the alignment of the assurance guide to make sure that these things are fully integrated. And if we just dwell on that subject around the data management piece as well, with the value management approach inside Val IT, we're looking at the full life cycle of IT investments, and this hopefully will get more and more organizations to actually understand that they don't have to, security doesn't need to be in place just for the life cycle of a transaction or for a particular accounting period. It's throughout the life of that data while the organization has it in some way stored on its systems, and certainly the full life cycle business case and business model that's inside Val IT will hopefully get organizations to address this in a more robust manner.
Yeah. So I guess then that, with the understanding between security and the business, a model that helps people envision how all these things come together, the great technology that companies are evolving and making available, that really the key to this thing is the people in the end. It's the members of Isaca, it's the practitioners that come from security and assurance and risk management, compliance, business continuity, incident response, forensics, all these people coming together to really provide the value, and it's the glue that holds all these things together with the users to really end up creating that final picture of how this stuff works.
Absolutely. I would say without a doubt that joining Isaca and the Isaca subscription represents one of the best values for money any IT professional could make.
Great. Thank you, Roger.